Well, welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago, another female-led organization, the Public Relations Association of TNT. Well, they will be hosting an NGO conference. The conference is a gathering of industry professionals, thought leaders, and experts in the field of communication. The theme this year is Communications Conversation. And of course, to tell us more about it, we've got Association President LaShawn Ramden and Lizelle Douglas, the event coordinator. Good morning to you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
So let's start with the Public Relations Organization. Tell us, LaShawn, a little bit about the association.
We are an NGO, as you stated, and we have been in existence for 50 years. Under my tenure, we've been able to try to reach out a bit more. Our broad-based thing is to connect PR practitioners and communication professionals under one umbrella, where it is we have the opportunity to assist them and to learn from them, and for us to gather all our experiences within this diverse field.
So, of course, Lizelle, you are communications practitioner.
Yes.
Why is, now the title or the theme is Communications Conversations. Why is communications important?
I think a lot of people don't understand exactly what we do first to begin with, and so because of that they don't understand the importance or the role that we can play in organizations, in projects, and even to individuals. As LaShawn mentioned, the field is a wide one. You have persons who are very niche, and you have persons who are what I call a general communications practitioner. And so I think it's important now, because especially as we see the advent of technology, AI, things like ChatGPT, etc. coming out, I think it's important for persons to know who we are, understand what we do, and how we can positively contribute to their organization or project, and just engage with, qualified professionals in the field.
Tell us about what you'll do in that case.
All right, so in the conference, a couple of the conversations that we're talking about reflect exactly some of what we do. For example, one of the topics is responsible reporting and media allyship, which I'm sure you can relate to in terms of building, maintaining, establishing those relationships with media, in terms of getting your story out, and how persons can help media talk more about what they're doing in a positive light. We're also going to be talking about communications and behavioral change. A lot of persons don't realize that even if you're marketing a product or you're trying to sell a brand, it's actually trying to encourage a behavior change in your audience. And so we're going to be talking about how we can do that, what's the best way, what are some communication tips, strategies. We have experts coming in to talk about emotional intelligence in communication, because of course you just can't say what you want to say, when you want to say it, how you want to say it, no matter how much at times we may want to do that. And of course the art of storytelling, because we know in the industry that's definitely where we're going to, in terms of telling the story and how you can tell the story in the different media that are available to you to do so.
Now, LaShawn Ramden, you're the president of the association. You did, of course, indicate to us that you'll have been established for just about 50 years. How has the industry changed during those 50 years, and what you do, how you communicate, how has that changed?
Well, I really can't speak too much to the first part of it, but I would say that traditionally, communications professionals, we would look to, of course, partnerships with media to get our stories out and tell the overarching gambit of what it is their organization and themselves do. And for this period, I would say from the early 2000s, it is more about the practitioner should be telling a story about themselves and their experience and their expertise, and not just the organization. And of course, with this digital age that we are in, we have a lot of different platforms that we can communicate on and have been using to communicate. All social media platforms, whether it's business-like LinkedIn, or just very basic like Twitter, right? But we have a whole range of things to tell our stories, whether it's video, whether it is even memes. That is a part of communications, and the communication and PR practitioners, we have these tools to our advantage now, and that is how we are able to express what is going on within our organizations.
What about you, LaShawn? How has communication changed? I'm sure it has changed, as LaShawn would have mentioned, with the advent of social media. You know, you could connect with people. It's not, you don't telemarket anymore. You know, you use different realms to reach people.
Yeah.
And as you go into that, like, for instance, would you choose, if you're using Facebook or which platform, how would you choose which platform you're using to reach people?
That's a very good question, and I think it's a question that a lot of clients don't really understand because, of course, you know, there is one school of thought that says everybody kind of lives everywhere, but then there are people who are unique to different platforms. So I think you really need to understand, first of all, or identify what your message is, what are the key messages that you're trying to communicate, and then determine where that particular target audience spends most of their time. I think a lot of people, you know, there's a conversation about traditional media becoming extinct as the digital age kind of continues to expand. I don't believe that to be so because there is still a significant amount of credibility to be gained from traditional media. After all, you know, media are seen as the gatekeepers and they are expected to tell the truth. So people have a certain level of confidence and trust in media. So I think as a communication practitioner, the most important thing is understanding or identifying the key messages that someone is trying to come across, understanding where the target audience lives, and then there is no one size fits all. Each campaign, each project that you do, the tenets of communication and good communication practices will remain the same. However, the mix is certainly going to be different. So the mix in terms of the various platforms that you may use, or the mix between traditional media and new age media, and really and truly our role is being best able to understand that, come up with a strategy and guiding the clients accordingly.
So I really get what you're saying, because anybody could go on social media and advertise just about anything, yes, right? You could just pull up even your personal Facebook page and just advertise anything. But if you're going to a TV station, TV6 or Express, for instance, you know, you'd have to be certain of your product, and there'll be certain standards that you would have to keep. Have we done any studies in Trinidad and Tobago to determine what is our platform usage? Because, you know, I'm hearing, attended a conference last month, and we were talking about media, and they said that a lot of people internationally are now on TikTok and Instagram, but I still feel like if I post across platforms, I still feel most of my reach is on Facebook. Have any studies been done also?
I could speak to that,
sure,
definitely. So there is an international organization called We Are Social, and they are in collaboration with Google, and I can't remember who's the other party, but they do annual studies on social media reach across various countries, and Trinidad and Tobago has been in their portfolio. And as of now, as 2023, the last study was done in April, Facebook is still the number one platform. TikTok is not even on the... It's not there yet. While it is, we believe the perception is that everybody there. That's not necessarily true. TikTok is not there yet. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. That's our true
Not even
platform.
Twitter.
Twitter there, but not so. No, it's not significant enough.
And do people use the platforms for different reasons or different purposes?
Absolutely, across the gambit of advertising their products, their brand, telling their stories, themselves, self-promotion, influencers. It's used across the board for many various reasons, but still, Facebook is the winner. Facebook, then Instagram.
Okay, so let's get back to the conference. Indeed, the conversation is very riveting, but let's get back to the conference. What are you aiming to get out of the conference?
What we're aiming to get out is, this is the first time in Trinidad and Tobago, as far as we know, that a conference such as this is taking place. And the title of the conference, Communication, Conversation, Empowering Connections. There are a lot of qualified communication practitioners within Trinidad and Tobago. And first and foremost, we want people to know who we are and understand that there is a skill and there's a talent to this thing called communication. We also want to bring everybody together in the room, even though based on how we're going, we did release our first batch of tickets yesterday and they are already gone. So that should be really interesting in managing those numbers right now. But we do want to bring communication practitioners, marketers, media personnel and communication practitioners, I want to mention, both in public and private, across sectors, across industries, in the same room, for us to share experiences, share thoughts, share tips, tricks, strategies. The ultimate aim of this conference is that we're going to leave starting the conversations that we need to have on various topics in the industry, forging some networks and connections so that we can make the art of storytelling for our clients even easier, and moving forward, strengthening the Public Relations Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And we're so happy that we've been able to get stakeholders on board to support this vision. So we're very happy that the Office of the Prime Minister Communication has come on board as a key partner in this event, and that has been able to make this a lot more accessible to communication practitioners, those who are already established and practicing, and those students who may be, studying in the field or have the desire to explore the field as well.
So I'm reading here, the event comprises government communication professionals, you spoke about that, local media and communication associations, media professionals, and communications and media influencers. I find this term media influencer very interesting. What would you all term as a media influencer?
The term influencer in itself is controversial, and we could have a conversation about that for many hours, right? I think people confuse influencers and persons who have influence. So oftentimes what we see in Trinidad and Tobago, and I guess across the region and across the world, is persons with high follower counts being termed as influencers. We are more interested with the engagement that a person gets, which actually shows that they have influence versus an influencer. So even a little bit about that we'll be touching on in the conference, maybe.
Very interesting.
So,
I like what you said. There's a difference between
influencers and persons who have influence.
Have influence. I like that. I like that very much. So what do we hope the attendees, even the students, would get out of the conference?
We are actually hoping that it creates a space where all of the people that fall under the umbrella of communicators are able to learn, share, and network with each other. We do a lot of heavy lifting in the background, and we never get the spotlight, and this is the time for them to shine.
I know you did mention that you've been in existence for over 50 years. What is the membership like?
Our membership, it actually ranges across some private and a lot of government communicators within the organization currently.
Do you have any numbers?
Yeah, about 50.
That's excellent. Well, how can people, are there still spots? I know you said the tickets were selling like hot bread or hot cake.
Yeah, we're managing that experience right now because the response to the conference so far has been absolutely phenomenal, and I think genuinely not what we expected. We have high engagement from government ministries and obviously a lot of persons operating in private entities, communication practitioners, marketers, and private entities. So we're in the process of managing that on the back end. So yes, as I mentioned, our first wave of tickets have gone out and they have all been taken. The conference is absolutely free to attend. I should also mention that. And so we will be releasing a second wave of tickets pretty soon. Our capacity right now is just over 200, but if we do get the demand and if we do get the interest, we are open to exploring other options to make the conference as accessible to as many communication practitioners and those who are interested in the field as possible. So you can check out PRATT's website. What's that website?
That's publicrelationstt.org.
And of course, just a reminder of viewers, it's being held at Hilton Trinidad from September 6th,
yes.
From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, it is free to attend, and you've been also encouraging students in the field to attend and network and so on.
Yes, get your foot in the door from now.
So we have just about a minute. I'm not sure which one of you will take it, but do your thing, sell your product, pitch it. Let's see communications in action.
LaShawn has put me fully and squarely in the box. You know, this is the first time, as I mentioned before, that we have the opportunity to do something like this in Trinidad and Tobago. It is a conference that is conceptualized by communications practitioners for communications practitioners. As I mentioned, we are thrilled to have the support of an organization such as the Office of the Prime Prime Minister Communication, who clearly understands the importance and the role that we play, and is supporting us in bringing thought leaders, industry experts into the same room to share our experiences and, of course, to get to know each other, reconnect, connect, and move the industry forward. It is time that persons understand what we do as communicators, the role we play, and how important and crucial we are to their organization. If they call us first, then they wouldn't have to call us after. So that's really what we want to promote and encourage, and we encourage every single person in the field, whether you're already practicing or whether you're interested in the field, head over to PRATT's website and register to secure your seat as soon as possible.
So thank you so much. That was amazing. And you just, off the top of your head, thank you so much for joining us. LaShawn Ramden, of course, President of the Public Relations Association, Lizelle Douglas, Event Coordinator, and, of course, Communications Practitioner. Thank you so much, and all the best with your conference, your upcoming conference. Well, viewers, it's now time for a quick break. As we head off to the break, we share with you this image from Stephen. It's captioned, "Overlooking the Gulf of Paria After Rain."